Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have our third match against Viradu, a good competitive battler we got off of Discord. So yeah, looking at his team on the side there, it does look to be pretty strong and well balanced. Kind of original since we did agree to do a lower tier game. That is, looking at my team, of course, it is the same one that I've been using the past couple games here. So, yeah, what do I want to lead with here? I think we're just going to go with the Berserker in this one, actually. And we will see how that works out. So as I mentioned, this is the third game that we've had against this guy here on Scarlet and Violet, and we haven't had a whole lot of luck against them thus far, so hoping we can kind of turn that around in this one. So there he is, and he's going to go ahead and lead with the Primeape, which is actually not terrible with the Berserker lead. So right out of the gate here, I think we're just going to go ahead and just go straight for a fake out, get that flinch and some chip damage here on this thing, see what he wants to do. As he does stay in, we go fake out. Not going to do a whole lot to this thing, but of course we do get the chip. So now we're in a little bit of an interesting situation because he's probably Eviolite, or I guess he could not be, but he could be Eviolite. He definitely could go for the pivot here. I don't know if he's going to want to attack us straight away. We should probably be able to take one attack, even if he does do that. I don't know how useful Berserker is this game. It doesn't really look to match up very well against pretty much anything on his team. So I think we're just going to stay in here and see if we can get like a slow U-turn off. So he actually just goes for the Stealth Rock, which is interesting. So he's going to get the Hazard up on us, which does suck a little bit as we don't have a way to remove it, but it kind of just is what it is. As we go for the U-turn, that's going to do a little bit of chip to this thing, and we do get the pivot out, which is nice. So off of that, how do we want to play this here? What do we want to come in with against this thing now that the Stealth Rock is up? We don't really have a great switch into this thing, but I think our best bet might just be to go for the Drifblim, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to come in with that and take the Stealth Rock damage, which sucks, but we are going to get burned via the Flame Orb to activate our Flare Boost to give us that nice special attack increase. So he may not want to stay in on this matchup. What is he going to want to switch in to face the Drifblim is the question. And I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to see if we can pop a trick off on something to go ahead and give the Flame Orb to it. That's going to be our plan here. And see if we can't get a good item in return here, and maybe we can cripple a physical attacker on his side with that. He might not see it coming. I don't think it's very common. So yeah, we will see what he wants to do. Is he is going to go for the switch, and what is he going to come in with? It is going to be the Frostmoth, which is kind of fine as we go for the trick here. So that is going to go ahead and switch the items. So they're going to get our Flame Orb. We are going to get the Heavy Duty Boots, which actually works out really well. Because now we can switch in and not take that Stealth Rock damage, so that actually works out very nicely as he gets burned with the Flame Orb. Obviously, this thing is not a physical attacker, but yeah, that's pretty nice, being able to get a useful item here, and we have the Flare Boost. So I think what we're going to do here, this thing may well try to set up on us, so I think we're just going to go for an Air Slash here, as we do outspeed this thing. Air Slash incoming. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage to this thing, thanks to its ability, and probably being defensively invested, as he does go for the U-turn, which is fine. That's going to do not much damage at all, but he is going to get the pivot out, and we'll see what he wants to come in with here off of that. So what's it going to be? So it is going to be the Flamigo, so he's going to come in with that. We are going to take more Flame Orb damage here. Now, this thing, not 100% sure what he's going to want to do here. He's probably not going to want to go for the fighting move. That's relatively, I suppose, relatively safe, since we do have the immunity. I think what we're going to do, predicting the flying move, is we're just going to go ahead and switch directly back into the Berserker here. Maybe we can get some Rocky Helmet chip damage on this thing would be nice, as we do come back in with the Berserker. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, as he is going to go for a Brave Bird, which is fine, as that's going to do some chip to us, but he is going to take that Rocky Helmet chip, which is nice, and he's also going to take some Brave Bird recoil damage. So these things are usually choice in some way, and if this thing is, it's obviously going to want to switch out on us. The only question is, what is he going to want to bring in? And I really don't know the answer to that question, so I think the best thing we can probably do here is just go for another slow U-turn, so that's what we're going to do, as he does indeed go for the switch, and he is going to be coming in with the Arcanine this time, so he's going to go ahead and get the Intimidate to cut our attack, which is unfortunate. We do go for the U-turn here, which gets some chip damage off on this thing, which is something, and then we do get the pivot out, which is more important. So what do we want to bring in to face the Arcanine now is the question. I think this might be the time to go into... I mean, we could go into the Wigglytuff and get our own Stealth Rock up. I kind of want to do that since there's so much switching going on right now. So I think that is... Although we can't really do much to this thing except for that. But all the same, I think that's going to be beneficial, so I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and come in with the Wigglytuff. We are going to take the Stealth Rock damage here. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and regain some HP with the leftovers as well. And I think this turn we just go for the Stealth Rock, because with all the switching here, it is going to be extremely beneficial to go ahead and get that up. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll see what he wants to do here. We should be able to take an attack from this thing if he does attack us, I think, unless it's choice banned, in which case we might not survive. But we are max HP on the Wigglytuff, so we'll have to see how he wants to play this here. But I think either way, he is going to go ahead. Okay, he's going to go ahead and pop the Terra, so he's going to go ahead and Terrasilize, and he's going to become a normal type, which is kind of anticipated. I've used this set before myself, so I can see where this is going here. So he goes Terra Normal with the Arcanine. He is going to go for the Extreme Speed. It is Terra boosted. Can we survive one? Yes, we can survive with 39 HP in the red, which is incredible, as we go for the Stealth Rock in return here to go ahead and get that much-needed entry hazard up on him. So we are going to regain some HP with the leftovers as well. So now we're in an interesting situation, because that could well be bandit damage. If that's the case, do we really have a switch to a choice bandit? Actually, we would have a pretty nice switch to that in the form of the Drifblim, if in fact that is choice bandit damage. So I think what we're going to do, trying to predict that, we could switch into the Drifblim. I don't really want to lose. This is going to be difficult, although the Wigglytuff is kind of crippled at this point, being so weakened. But we could always switch it in for fodder later, so I think what we want to do here is we're going to predict the Extreme Speed, and we're going to... I want to switch into the Drifblim here. I want to predict the Extreme Speed and switch into the Drifblim. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us, but that's what we're going to try here. So, there it is, and we don't take the Stealth Rock damage, thanks to the, of course, heavy-duty boots we took, and he does go Extreme Speed, so not going to touch us, which is great, and then we are going to take some Flame Orb damage there. So now is going to be the moment of truth of, is this thing going to be choice or not? I say at this point, we just, if he's not choice, he's just going to outspeed us and take us out. But I think we just go for the Air Slash here. That's our best play, as he may well be choice, because he is going to go for the switch here. And what's he going to switch in with? It is going to be the Frostmoth, which is going to almost go down to the Stealth Rock damage thanks to us stealing a heavy-duty boots. We go for the Air Slash, and of course we have to miss, because why wouldn't we? Which is extremely unfortunate, as we do take some burn damage. This thing is also going to take some burn damage, leaving it at like 1 HP. The only good news about this is we know for a fact that we outspeed this thing, so we're just going to go Shadow Ball here. As he does stay in here, we go Shadow Ball, and thankfully Shadow Ball does not have a 5% chance of missing, so that's going to go ahead and finish the Frostmoth off, knocking him down to 5, which is incredible, as we do take some more burn chip there. So aside from the extra round of burn chip, didn't really make too much of a difference with that miss, but I doubt that will come into play at any point, but you never know, as now he is going to go ahead and come in with the Rotom. So he comes in with that, takes some Stealth Rock damage, and I do want to save the Drifbloom, because having the Drifbloom alive means that he has to be careful about choice locking himself into extreme speed. So I think our best bet here is just to go ahead and switch to the Wigglytuff as fodder, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So there it is. And we do take the Stealth Rock damage. We barely survive that in the red with 24 HP as he goes for the Volt Switch. Unfortunately, we don't have an electric immunity, so obviously that is going to finish the Wigglytuff off, knocking us down to 5 and giving him the pivot. The only good news about this is he is going to have to show first, so we are going to be able to choose a matchup against whatever he decides to bring in here, so that is the silver lining. And we'll see what he wants to come in with here. What is it going to be? So it is going to be the Primeape. So he comes in with that, takes some Stealth Rock damage. And so what do we want to bring in to face the Primeape? That is a good question. How do we want to play this? How do we want to play this? This is a tough call, actually. I think our best bet here is actually going to be to go ahead and come in with the Electros. So that's what we're going to do. So there it is, making the screen glitch as per the usual, and we are going to take the Stealth Rock damage here. Now, we have a little bit of a choice to make on our hands once again here. We don't know what this Primeape is going to want to do. We could try to bulk up on it. That might be a risky play. Definitely would be a risky play at this point. So, how do we want to play this? I think... I think we're just going to go straight for the Wild Charge, try to get as much damage as possible. I think that's probably our best bet, as he goes for a Drain Punch. That is going to do some chip to us, although not a ton. He is going to get some HP back from that, which is unfortunate, as we are going to go for the Wild Charge here, and that is going to take this thing down to a little above half, as we do take some recoil damage. And then we are going to regain some HP with the leftovers, once again leaving us at about half. So it looks like that's the game he's going to want to play here. So the only question is, what do we want to do? We do have the Drifbloom. He's probably going to have coverage for us, I would imagine. We could block the Drain Punch if we come in with the Drifbloom here, which I kind of want to do, but at the same time I feel like maybe the best bet for the Electros is just to whittle this thing down. So we're actually going to go for a Drain Punch of our own here, as he goes for a Drain Punch here. He does get more HP back from that, which is unfortunate. He is definitely going to win this War of Attrition, but we have to just hope to weaken the Primeape enough so that we can bring something else in and take it out. So we get our own Drain Punch here. That's going to give us a little bit of HP back, which should allow us to survive another attack. And that plus the leftovers there is going to be something. So I think we have to just go back to Wild Charge this turn to get as much damage as possible on this thing. That's what I'm thinking, so that's what we're going to do. Again, he is just going to make the obvious play and continue to Drain Punch us. We do survive that with 18 HP in the red, as that puts him back up to about 3/4 HP. As we go for the Wild Charge, that does knock him down to about a quarter HP. And we actually do survive the recoil damage there, which is actually kind of funny. I didn't expect that to happen. And then we do get some HP back with the leftovers again. So I think we just continue this strategy here. Electros is going to be going down here, obviously, the next Drain Punch, but we kind of did what we wanted to do here, which was weaken the Primeape to the point that something else should be able to take care of it. So he goes for the next Drain Punch that will take the Electros out and knock us down to 4. So what do we want to bring in response here to try and deal with this Primeape? I think our best bet is actually going to be the Tauros, our Choice Scarf Tauros here. So we're going to go ahead and come in with that. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, and we are going to get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack, which is nice. Now he's actually going to activate Defiant to increase his attack, so that's not great. But the only good news here is we should be, unless he's Scarf, we should be outspeeding him. He could be Scarf, but based on the minimal damage we were doing to him, I kind of think he's Eviolite. So I feel like the best thing we can do here is probably... How do we want to play this? I think we just go for the close combat. I think that's the best play here, as we do outspeed him, we go close combat, and it is definitely going to be enough to take the Primeape out, which is incredible. And yeah, that's just going to go ahead and knock him down to 4. So he may actually be Scarf, I don't know. I'm going to guess based on the damage we were doing with the Electros that he was probably Eviolite, because I feel like we would be doing more damage to him for sure if he wasn't, because Primeape is not that bulky. But if he is Scarf, he's going to know that we're Scarf at this point, so he's going to go ahead and come in with the Vaporeon. So he does take the Stealth Rock damage, and that definitely could be an indication that he figures we're Scarf at this point. But either way, I think our only play at this point is going to be to go ahead and switch directly into the Lilligant. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to hope he doesn't have too much coverage for us, or it doesn't predict this. So there is the Lilligant. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, as he is going to go for a Calm Mind, which is obviously terrible news, as that is going to go ahead and give him a special attack and special defense increase. And we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers here, as he is also going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So he's... this is going to be a fun situation, because, and by fun I mean not fun at all, because we really only have one choice here, and that's to go ahead and Quiver Dance, so that's exactly what we're going to do. As he is actually going to go for the switch, predicting the grass move, and he's going to go ahead and come in with the Rotom. So he comes in with that, he takes some Stealth Rock damage, as we are going to get the Quiver Dance off, which is incredible. That's going to give us +1 special attack, special defense, and speed. And then we are going to regain some HP once again with the leftovers, which will put us back up to full. So we're in not a bad spot against this thing. We do have some coverage in the form of Pollen Puff. No reason not to go for it, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We do outspeed, Pollen Puff incoming at +1, and it is going to be enough to go ahead and take that Rotom Mo form out and knock him down to, I believe, 3. So that is pretty incredible for us. So now we'll see what he wants to come in with in response. The Lilligant's not looking too bad, as we are going to start to push the edges of the timer. Now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Flamigo. He takes the Stealth Rock damage, and unfortunately we have absolutely nothing to hit this thing with. So the only question is, how do we want to play this? Now, he could be Choice. We could Terra. I kind of don't want to. We could switch back. We could switch back to the Berserker. If we Terra, we might be able to survive an attack from this thing, and then take it out in return with a +1 grass move. I feel like that's probably our best bet here. So yeah. You know what? Screw it. We're going to do it. We're going to Terra ground so we take less damage, and we're going to go for the Energy Ball, as the timer is going to be running low. So now is going to be the moment of truth. We're going to give Lilligant its time to shine and see if it can make the most of it. So going to go ahead and Terrasilize into a ground type, so we do not take super effective damage from the flying move if he does go for it. So there it is, and he does outspeed us. He goes for the Brave Bird, and we can, with 17 HP in the red, hang on from that attack. We're going to go for the Energy Ball in return. He takes a bunch of recoil, and from that range, the Energy Ball is going to finish the Flamigo off and knock him down to do so. Lilligant coming through, getting its time to shine, and coming in clutch for us, and that is incredible as we do get some HP back with the leftovers. So that is absolutely incredible, as now he's going to go ahead and switch in with the Arcanine. He's going to take some Stealth Rock damage, and he's going to get the Intimidate to cut our attack, which doesn't matter. Extreme Speed is definitely coming here, 100%. So we are definitely going to go ahead and switch to the Berserker at this point, I think. Or do we go? Yeah, we go Berserker to get the Rocky Helmet chip. But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the Extreme Speed's coming here, so we are going to, with less than a minute left on the clock, switch back to the Berserker. We are going to take the Stealth Rock damage here, as he is going to go for the Extreme Speed. It is Terra boosted, and we are max HP, so we can take that with about a third HP left. He is going to take that Rocky Helmet damage. We're going to try to see how many more turns we can get out of this. We're definitely just going to go for the Fake Out here, as he is going to switch back out. Being choice locked, I probably shouldn't have gone for the Fake Out, should have assumed he was going to do that. So he comes in with the Vaporeon, takes that Stealth Rock damage, as we do go for the Fake Out here. Going to get some nice chip with the critical hit on the Vaporeon, as he is going to regain some HP with the leftovers here, and time is going to run out. So we're going to try to see if we can get one more turn here. We're just going to click Crunch, and time is going to run out, and that is going to be game. So we are going to win that one 4-2 against Viradu. That was a great match, actually. Very close, very competitive. High-octane game there. And, yeah, definitely happy that we were able to finally get one back on this guy for sure there. But unfortunately, as has been the case with all of our games here against this guy and many other games as well, the timer is playing a factor, which does kind of suck, but at the end of the day, that is just Pokemon anymore, so sometimes it just comes to that. But great match nonetheless. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.